Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Jasmine Crockett goes off on The View. Shocking defense of Coco Gauff you can't miss. Sometimes, the loudest moment in sports doesn't happen on a tennis court. Sometimes, it explodes on daytime television. On an ordinary weekday morning, with coffee mugs steaming and studio lights glowing, The View expected another routine debate. What they got instead was a cultural eruption, one that sent shockwaves through sports media, social platforms, and living rooms across America. At the center of it all, Coco Gauff, America's tennis crown jewel, and rising like a thunderclap in her defense, Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett. This wasn't just a rebuttal. This was a reckoning, the spark that lit the fire. It began with commentary, polished, conversational, framed as analysis. Coco Gauff's recent performances, her media presence, her outspoken confidence, her expectations as a global icon. The discussion on The View drifted from tennis into tone, from athletic performance into personality. That's when the temperature changed. Across social media, fans sense it immediately. Why is Coco always asked to be more? Why does confidence look different on her? Why does excellence invite scrutiny instead of celebration? And somewhere watching, perhaps between meetings, perhaps scrolling clips later, Jasmine Crockett saw what millions of others felt. Silence was no longer an option. Jasmine Crockett enters the conversation. When Crockett finally addressed a moment publicly, she didn't tiptoe. She charged straight through the door. "This young woman has done everything right," Crockett declared, her voice sharp with conviction. And yet she's still being asked to explain herself. Her words spread like wildfire. This wasn't political theater. This wasn't opportunism. This was personal. Why Coco Gauff became the flashpoint. Coco Gauff is not just a tennis player. She is a Grand Slam champion, a symbol of a new generation, a young black woman navigating fame under microscope. At 21, Coco carries expectations that would bend most adults. Every loss is dissected. Every win is recontextualized. Every smile, every statement, every silence analyzed. Jasmine Crockett named attention out loud. When Coco wins, it's talent. When she speaks, it's attitude. That double standard isn't subtle, it's systemic. The clip exploded online. The View moment that changed the narrative. What made Crockett's response so powerful wasn't volume. It was precision. She didn't attack hosts personally. She attacked the framing. Why is Coco asked to be grateful instead of great? Why is her confidence treated as something to be managed? Why does brilliance make people uncomfortable? Crockett's critique reframed the conversation from gossip to accountability. And suddenly, the narrative flipped. Social media erupts. Thank you. Within hours, hashtags surged. Hashtag stand with Coco, hashtag let her win, hashtag Jasmine Crockett spoke. Athletes weighed in. Journalists re-examined commentary. Fans shared their own stories of being judged differently for the same success. What began as a daytime talk show moment had become a cultural mirror. Coco Gauff, grace on the spotlight. Through it all, Coco Gauff did what she's always done. She stayed composed. No subtweets. No clapbacks. No public outrage. Just tennis. Just excellence. But sources close to the star noted something meaningful. Coco noticed the support. She felt seen, not just as an athlete, but as a young woman navigating impossible standards. Sometimes, defense doesn't need acknowledgement to matter. Why Crockett's defense hit so hard? Jasmine Crockett didn't speak as a fan alone. She spoke as a woman in a high-pressure public role, someone who understands coded criticism, someone who recognizes how success can be weaponized. Her words resonated because they were rooted in lived experience. People love excellence, she said, until it doesn't look like what they're used to. That line alone carried the weight of generations. Media reckoning. A line has been crossed. In the days that followed, sports networks revisited how young stars, especially women, are discussed. Panels adjusted tone. Writers reconsidered language. Producers rewatched clips with fresh eyes. Not because they were forced to, but because the moment demanded it. Crockett hadn't canceled anyone. She had challenged everyone. The bigger picture, women, power, and permission. This wasn't just about Coco Gauff. It was about who is allowed to be confident, who is allowed to speak freely, who must constantly prove humility alongside excellence. Coco represents a generation unwilling to shrink, and Jasmine Crockett made it clear shrinking was never an option, a cultural passing of the torch. There was something poetic about the moment, a young athlete dominating her sport, a rising political voice defending her right to exist unapologetically. Different arenas, same fight. The message was unmistakable. Let her play. Let her speak. Let her win. What this moment will mean years from now, long after the episode fades from memory, the clip will remain, not because of outrage, but because of clarity. This was a reminder that sports don't exist in isolation. They reflect society, and sometimes society needs correction. Final word. Why you really can't miss this moment. Jasmine Crockett didn't just defend Coco Gauff. She defended the future. A future where young women don't apologize for greatness. Where excellence isn't interrogated. Where confidence isn't controversial. And Coco, she'll keep doing what she does best. Winning. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.